Hey, good morning. Hope you're all well. Hopefully, you're better than what I am. Uh, it's been a awful week, to be fair, and IBS has been the biggest um, pain in the rear, if you like, for me, and it's been pretty debilitating, to be honest with you. I've had IBS for as long as I can remember. It's just a thing you try and learn to cope with, and over the years, it goes up and down. So I have periods where I'm feeling great. I have periods where I'm feeling really, really bad. And at the moment, I feel really, really bad. Now, I suppose, I mean, look, there are triggers. There are things that cause IBS. And I think this time, for me, it was introducing some high lactose food into my diet. And also, I started to take magnesium for sleep, and it really, really did something to my gut, really bad. And which is weird because it was supposed to be quite, it was okay for IBS, but it didn't work. I slept wonderfully, so that night I slept really well. But I took it for about 2 or 3 nights, but over that time, it kind of destroyed my IBS, my IBS. It destroyed my stomach as such, and I've been left in a mess. Really, I've read lots about IBS. I've researched lots. I've tried to find out what's going on, and I am well aware that it's a gut brain access thing. So what's going on in my stomach really is put there through my brain because the two are interconnected together. And so if I'm feeling anxious, if I'm feeling unwell, I will feel that in my stomach. But I feel it more than most. I also have a lot more pain receptors as such, so I feel pain very differently. What's a little spasm for someone is for me is just a major um, pain. It's horrendous, and I hate it. I think the biggest problem at the moment, certainly for me in IBS, is the way it makes you feel mentally. It gets you right down in the dumps. And at the moment, I feel really, really low. You have to get on with life. You have to do all the things other people do. You don't want to. You just want to relax, and you don't want to be around people. You don't want to communicate. You just need to be by yourself, really. And I know I'm told frequently you just need to get on with it. You need to get out. You need to do things. You need to do this, that, and the other. And it comes from people that don't understand IBS, in effect, because do you not think I've tried all these things, you know, and none of them work. Absolutely nothing. Because of the way my brain thinks, because it's on a health anxiety loop most of the time, I often think that the symptoms I'm getting are worse than what they probably are. I still don't know. Look, my bowel habits have changed. There's abdominal pain. There's lots of different things going on. Backache, all sorts really. So all these things go around in my mind about what it could be. Is it bad? Is it worse? Is it Is it going to kill me? And the C word comes up all the time, and this anxiety loop just makes IBS even worse. Lack of sleep, which I suffer with anyway. I mean, I've suffered with a lack of sleep for as long as I can remember. I'm an insomniac, and that doesn't help. So if I have a particularly bad night's sleep, I know for well it's going to be bad IBS wise the next day. Uh, so anyway, I'm trying to research stuff on YouTube and, just trying to find out what's going on really. And I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I really don't. I've got an appointment actually with my GP on the 13th of November, and I'm gonna try and get a referral to a gastroenterologist because this can't go on indefinitely. It's just too much, and I'm constantly having to change my diet. I'm constantly having to change the way I think, the way I view food. I just have to constantly change my way of life. It affects my way of life. It affects every single part of me, and I can't live my life like that. I really can't. It's debilitating. It's absolutely, it destroys your own sense of self-worth. It's horrible, really, really horrible. At the moment, to put it blunt, I'm constipated. I can't use the toilet. I'm bloated. And then I look for those symptoms online, and it's a case of, whoa, it could be serious. It could well be. I don't know. IBS is a symptom of a change in bowel habits, and that's what brings it on as such. At the moment, actually, my abdominal pain isn't too bad, and maybe I am overthinking quite a lot, but I need answers and I need help, and I'm looking for those answers and I'm not finding it. So I think professionally, I do need to speak to someone. And if any of you know how to cope with IBS, 'cause I know a lot of people with that condition do listen to my blogs and read my blog online. But if any of you know anything that will help, just let me know. I often, get in from work, I have my meal, and I use a hot water bottle on my stomach just to calm the pain. I actually get anxious about going to sleep in case I'm not going to sleep, and then when I wake up I'm anxious. Am I going to be able to use the toilet this morning? Am I not? And the anxiety spiral happens, and it just gets worse and worse and worse. So I'm literally at the moment I have changed my diet as well, so that may not be helping. I am also taking a new probiotic which may not be helping. I don't know anymore. It's some days you just want to sit there and cry. You literally are that down, and I feel like crap literally every single day, and it doesn't get any easier. For the amount of years I've had IBS, it just does not get any easier, and I'm not finding it any easier to cope with, to manage these symptoms at all. In fact, they get worse. It really does, because the older I'm getting, in the back of my mind, I'm thinking it's something serious, because naturally, things start to go wrong when you're a certain age. Now, I've just had a colonoscopy. It can't possibly be anything to do with that, or can it? In an IBS mind, it can certainly be, absolutely, or something else. Now, I've got mid-thoracic disc degeneration, early symptoms of. That can also cause the symptoms I'm getting at the moment. So can kidney problems, so can pancreatic problems. All of these things every day constantly going around in my head. I look at myself in the mirror and I'm like, do I look jaundiced? Do I look yellow? I don't think I do. I don't think so. The lighting I work with actually is terrible because it actually makes me look yellow. So I'm constantly thinking, oh my God, have I got jaundice? Honestly, it's a constant battle against your own thoughts. It's dreadful. And, if you suffer with it, you'll understand. If not, you won't. You're just going to think you're a bit sort of loopy. I'm not. It's something that's been going on for such a long time. It really is. Do I feel well in myself? That's the thing. I don't feel bad, to be honest. I feel crap, but I don't feel ill bad. When I get the the abdominal pain, and which goes under my ribs and stuff like that. Yes, I do feel bad, but at the moment it seems to have eased a little bit. So maybe I'm forcing issues just too much. I don't know, but I do need to talk to someone, and hopefully my GP will be able to point me in the right direction. I wish I could calm my mind. I wish I could ease that pressure on my body, because if I could take away the thoughts of impending doom, then I'm sure within myself I would feel a lot better. But I just can't. I can't take those thoughts away, and it makes it really, really hard. Health anxiety is a terrible thing, and it really does play with your mind. The slightest, tiniest tinge, and you feel terrible, and it's the end of the world. Everything's falling apart, and and it could be something very, very simple. Might not be, but it could be. It probably is. So this week's been bad. It couldn't have been any worse, to be honest. Having to manage these symptoms and go to work and put on a smiley, happy face, and just do all the normal things you're supposed to do, can be really difficult at times like this. And I wish I didn't have this condition. I wish it would just go away, and I wish I could feel better. I wish I could sleep well, and I wish do you know what? I wish I was 20 years younger and dealt with it very differently, because I would have dealt with it very differently, and I probably would have dealt with it a lot earlier rather than dismissing it. And as a typical bloke does, we dismiss all these type of things. It will go away. As it's odd, because as I'm speaking to you about this, I'm starting to get abdominal pain, which goes to show that process, the gut-brain axis, is alive and kicking, certainly with me. I know a few people who also suffer with IBS, and I know how bad it can be for them. And it kind of helps to talk with people. And, we don't have a lot of people to talk to here, so that makes it doubly difficult. So maybe counselling is in order. I don't know. But it's been bad. It's not getting any better, and I need something to help with it. Maybe medication, maybe I don't know, maybe counselling, but something. So no written blog this week. I know I've done it for the last couple of weeks, but I'm just not up to it. So just talking to all of you, really. I'll let you know how it goes at the doctors for sure, and I just hope and pray they can do something. So there you go. Ciao for now.